In today's video, I want to show you guys on how you can make an annual budget dashboard for your existing budget trackers, whether it's my budget tracker version 1, version 2, or some other budget trackers that you found online. As long as your budget tracker have different sheets for each month that you're tracking. I will also be providing a template link down below in the description as well, so that way you don't have to start from scratch and you can build it off of what I have already. So without further ado, let's just jump right in. Okay, so once you click my link down below in the description, it will take you to this annual budget dashboard sheet. So the first thing that you want to do is once you have this, you just want to right click and hit copy to, and you want to use existing spreadsheet. Now this existing spreadsheet is actually the one that you already have for your budget tracker. Okay. So for example, here I have this budget tracker with some dummy data. So I have a, February, March, April, and you don't have to fill it out all the way to December. You can just have a working copy, for this year, for example. And I'm just going to go ahead and select that budget tracker and hit insert. Okay, so once you copy it, it'll say success, and you can just hit open, and it will actually take you back to that exact same budget tracker. But now instead, you have this nice sheet called copy of annual dashboard. Okay, now that we have this annual dashboard, I'm just gonna go ahead and rename this to annual dashboard or whatever you want to name this sheet. Okay. And of course, it's going to be a 2026 annual dashboard. You can change this. It could be 2027, depending on what year it is. Okay. So the first and foremost, what I want to do is I want to make sure that whatever I have here on this month category matches the name of this sheet. So it's very, very important. If you have, for example, January 2026 here as the name, you want to make it into one word, preferably. Okay, and it's very, very important why, but let's make it into one word. So just making it January, February, March, April is very, very safe. And it'll kind of ensure that this works. Again, capitalization probably does matter here because we're working with Google Sheets. So make sure it's the same spelling, same everything. So, to be safe, just follow my cadence. Use January, February, March, just use the month's name, okay? Let's go ahead and start populating this income column, okay? So how do we do this? I mean, one way we can do it is obviously we can go, sheet by sheet, hit equal sign, and, go to the income, but obviously that will take a really long time. When we're here on January, and every sheet is laid out the same, okay? So it should be the same cell, and it's actually on B4. That is my actual income here for the month of January and for every other month, that is. So B4 is a cell we want to reference to, and that's where this formula comes in. So we can use equals to indirect. And what this does is that it will actually grab the cell reference from the different sheets. Now, how will it know which sheets? Well, that's exactly why we have the same exact naming structure for the month. Okay, so for example, I'm going to click indirect, open parentheses, and click January here, so it can reference to this sheet. Again, same name, same spelling, everything. Do an and symbol, and do a quotation mark, exclamation point, or exclamation mark, and do B4. Now what this does, and then you just close it with the quotation mark and close parentheses. What this does is that it will actually make a reference to that specific cell, okay? So you can see here that the total income for, January is actually 120 bucks because that is how much we have here on the January sheet, okay? Now the great part about this is you can just drag this all the way down, and you can see here that it populates it for every single month as long as it's gonna be on cell B4. Now again, yours may not be in B4, yours may be in a different cell depending on which budget tracker you use or however you customize it. Okay, you can use V1, V2, or you can even use some other people's budget tracker online. I don't judge, it's all completely fine. And again, you can use the same concept for total expense. So for total expense, where do we have it, right? On the individual months, we have it on cell B5. So let's just go ahead and do that. I'm kind of lazy, so I'm just gonna go ahead and copy this January formula here, paste it here, and then instead of B4, we'll do B5. Now to save some time, we'll also get the net total. The net total here, I just happen to have it on E11. Okay, you can see E11 is the net total. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of copy the formula, paste it here again, and then instead of B5, we will do E11. So you can see here that it just grabs all that data from all your other sheets, consolidated onto this one sheet. And now what you can do is you can just grab these two and drag it all the way down, and Google Sheets should know that it will, populate the indirect formulas all together. Okay, so cool. So now you're already there, and I was nice and I gave you guys some cool features like, you know, it gives you the most income, it gives you the least income, the most expense, least expense, whatever. Now on the right here, I actually gave you guys a chart as well. So if you just double click this chart right here on the right, you can see that I've made a column chart. Okay, so now what you can do is you can actually grab the range. So you go ahead and hit this data range and select data range. And you just want to remove whatever is here and just select this table. Okay, so from month all the way to, actually let's do month all the way to total expense here. So just like this, select it all the way down to December and hit OK. And as you can see here, you can see different months and the different like income and expenses. And you know, you can always change the color. So if you don't like the blue color, for example, you could click on the blue and hit, you know, the fill color here to maybe green for income, right? Whatever you want, and red for expense. You can, again, always change the opacity. You can change, you know, you can customize this many different ways, and you can always add a little title, right? So you can have income and expense per month, and you could just, you know, center it and bold it if you want, and color it black. So there you go. So I have this income and expense per month, and it goes all the way from January all the way to December. And then for the net worth, what I like to do is use a line chart. So again, double click this bottom right chart, and then use this data range and remove whatever I already have, and select, this time I want to select it all the way to net total. Okay, hit OK. And then you can see here, there's obviously different series. You can see the income, expense, but I just want the net total. So if you want, you could just remove this income and expense because you already have it up here. And you can see here that it captures my net total. Okay, so it gives me a general estimate of how I've been spending. And you know, you could again change the color of the line, change whatever color you want, and add the different titles. So for example, net total per month. Okay, and then bold it, center it, and then change it to bold. So again, this is exactly how it would work and on how to make an annual budget dashboard. Now again, this is very flexible and modular. If you want to add different categories, so for example, you want to add like, you know, how much you spent on food and groceries, you can do that. You can right click, for example, column C, insert a column to the right and do, you know, food and groceries spent, for example, right? And then what you can do is you can again copy and paste this formula. You know, you should be a pro at this, right? And find out where that food and grocery spent is. It's on B6. Okay, great. Let's do, you know, B6 here. Paste it, do B6, and then drag it all the way down. Okay, so now you should see that it will actually get the food and grocery spent. Now the chart, this chart may actually get messed up if you, so go to double click the chart, hit setup, and you can see that it, you know, is doing food and grocery spent. You can just change it back to net total if anything ever messes it up. Okay, so you know, you can always do the same thing here. So you know, most food and grocery spent month. Okay, if you ever want to do this, you can just go ahead and grab one of my formulas here, just copy it. You don't have to rewrite the whole thing, and then paste it here. But instead of maxing out on the net total, you want to just remove this E3 to E14 and do D3 to D14. Okay, same thing here, E3 to E14, anything that has to do with it, just remove it and then grab it here. Okay, so that now it will know, you know, it's going to find the max of, you know, which month did I spend the most on food and groceries, and that is actually April. And it's just nice to consolidate all this information. I'm going to undo everything, but again, it's nice to consolidate all this information in one sheet so that way you can keep track annually of how you're doing within that year. And again, this is a non-ideal net total. Obviously, I'm losing a lot of money every month, but then again, like I said, I am using just dummy data. This will completely look different with yours, how, you know, situationally on everyone's budget tracker. So with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Again, don't forget the link is down below in the description. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like and hit the subscribe button down below. And I'll see you guys all in the next video.